Hi everyone, this is Stephanie at Hightower Stitching. Today I've got a follow-up to 266, and this would be part 2, and it's a reveal. Number 1 is an oops, and number 2 is a yay. This was the quilt that I was going to work on, and it's from Quilt Maker. And I did work on it, and it has the 18.5-inch blocks. And the funny thing about it is I never had a project that went quite like this. So I had fixed two of the blocks when did the last video. And so I said, I really like the idea of black and white and gray. So I said, I'm going to pull away from the scrappy look for a little bit and try and do one that's those colors. Well, I got that quilt done. And then I came back to this quilt. I said, oh, I could just put this in the undone box, which I don't like to do because I always feel guilty about it. So I said, I'm going to do the last box. I had the fourth one to finish. And then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can fix it into a quilt. Well, if you look at it, and if you had looked at the other one real good, look at that, and I'll get the other one. And if you look at it, one block is supposed to be turned one way, and then the other block is supposed to be turned the other. Well, you're going to see it didn't exactly turn out that way. Because for some reason, my block was 18.5 one way, 19.5 one way, and I turned them and I turned them. And I thought, well, should I cut off some? And I said no, because I want it to look sort of like it did. So the funny thing was, I said, okay, I've got this together. And so then I looked at it and I said, what do I want to do for quilting? Well, I had already quilted so much on the black one you're going to see in a minute, the black and gray. And I thought, let's just do something different. So I just started with something in a corner and I said, you know what? I'm always doing my practice pieces on little scrap pieces. And I'd like to go back and try my ruler foot again because my sewing machine, I've learning more and more about it. And I tried to make it do the ruler foot and it didn't. And then today when I get it all set up, I've just been using that and some of the templates. So this is going to be one of my sampler quilts, but it'd still be a nice gift if I wanted it for a little kid for a floor quilt or just a little throw quilt. But so that was my oops. But you can see where I've been playing with my rulers. And I got a squiggy and some other things that I want to try and do better with. But the ruler foot has just been great. I just got done playing with it, making those little bumps up there on the top of that one, and then added some flowers for fun. So that was number 1. That's my oops. And here you have my yay. So it can be done. I don't know, maybe that first one was just doomed, but I didn't have to cut anything off. And if you'll notice, the positions are all turned the right way. But I just love this because I like black and gray and white, and it always looks so good. And on this one, I just did straight lines in the black pole rods that run up and down, and I just outlined them. I said, there's nothing else I need. So then I started on the white, which is like a blank piece of paper to me, and I did a little bit with a template. Then I did a bunch of circles and even some little bit of lattice. Let's see, there it is. It's hard to see it in that light. Let's see if I can. Then I did a little oh, there's some lattice. So there is my yay. And I'll show you, I need to show you the back though. It's so cute. When I thought about the material, I thought, oh, well, you could put plain black on the back. And I had a real solid piece of black. I said, nah, I don't think so. And so I looked a little bit more, and hidden down in a corner, I had about 2 yards. And I had bought it just because for fun. And if you can see it, those little flowers just pop. And then I said, well, I could do a black border, a plain black border. And I said, that's going to be plain. So I just used some more of that material to do the border. So I have an oops that I can practice on and give away. And then I have my Yay Yay quilt, which you might see somewhere on Etsy or anything. I want to tell you one thing I learned though, that if you look me up on YouTube or on Etsy, if you just put in Stephanie Kitchens Hightower Trail in the search box, you'll get it. You'll get all of the things. And they had me and someone else as Stephanie Kitchens, because you'd be surprised. Who would think Stephanie Kitchens would go together? And so that was really neat. Thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe and like, and I'll be back another week with something else.